Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another episode, which is also a bit of a guide as well. So in this video, folks, I'm going to be going for the Artifact of the Massive. I'm going to show you how to get it. Now I'm using a Rhino Nathia to basically fly there, and as you can see, I am being followed by a large army of dimorphs. These dimorphs have been bred and imprinted on, so they are fully imprinted. And I've also got in my clutches a baryonyx. Now, if you want to do this cave, you can do it just with a baryonyx, but you can also use just the dimorphs. The dimorphs are cool because they are flyers, so there's less a chance for them to fall into any lava and get themselves killed. So for that reason, I prefer the dimorphs for this particular cave. Now, let me just get on the baryonyx, and we're going to start our way into the cave. I'm going to show you how to get to the artifact. And with the dimorphs, I'm just going to let them do their own thing. They are set to attack my target. This is the entrance into the cave right here. Now, this is a lava cave. It's got all sorts of bad things, ranging from arthropluras to bats to all the creepy crawlies that we know and love. So with that said, this is the entrance right here. I've got the dimorphs right around me. This is where I'm on the map, so it's fairly easy to find. You can see the latitude and longitude at the bottom. So latitude 74 and longitude, you saw that there as well. So just freeze the camera if you do need the video if you do need the information. It's fairly easy to find. I'm going to walk slowly just to have these dimorphs follow me. Generally speaking, I'm going to try and keep a fairly straight line where possible, just kind of help the dimorphs with the pathing. So from what I've seen, they do like to get stuck onto the cave walls, and sometimes they like to clip into them. So what I've done as a backup, and I do suggest that you do the same if you're going to be using dimorphs, keep a breeding pair back at your base just to replace whatever gets lost. They can clip through walls. I mean, that is Ark for you. It's always going to be like that. There's always going to be some sort of a problem where you can't get the dimorphs out. But as we go in, as you can see, they're following us, so it does take a while before we come into contact with pretty much any sort of creature, but we should come into contact with them pretty quick. And when we do, I'll just basically let the dimorphs do all the killing for me. I'm just taking basically the easy, lazy option, and you'll see why I chose to bring the dimorphs with me when we get close to the artifact. As you can see right there, we've got some bats. I'm not really going to bother with them too much. I'm just going to let the dimorphs. So over here we want to take the left path, but sadly the right path is covered in all sorts of nasties. So I'm just going to let the dimorphs clear them all out. And look at that. Look how effective they are. Absolutely beautiful. Right, let me just give them a couple of seconds to kind of regroup on me. We're going to take, as I said, the left path. There's an artifact, a loot crate down there. I don't know why I called it an artifact, so I'm gonna obviously be nosy and have a look in it and see what we get, if it's safe to do so. I think it is. Now, I do have a riot shield with me for just in case I need it. I'll have a look at what I got later when we get out and into a safe space. So we're just gonna follow the cave down. Over here we've got a bit of a bridge, so do be careful. You don't want to fall into the boiling pit of death. It will hurt very much, let's put it this way. So far the cave seems a bit on the empty side. I'm not quite sure why. I'd expect a bit more, but I'm not going to complain. That's probably why. As you can see right there, the creatures in this cave do like to kind of glitch into walls. Now, if the natural creatures of this cave do that, it also means that the same thing will happen to your creatures. So over there you can see we've got a couple of cliffs. We're going to take the right there. That is basically the path that we're going to follow around. As you can see, things will pop out of the ground because this is Ark Survival Ascended, and expect stuff like this. It is really annoying. Oh, we also get dillos in this. I forgot we get dillos in this one. Yeah, fair enough. So, just slowly waddling my way down towards the artifact. Just follow this path. And as you can see, to the left, we've got a bit of a cliff, and right there we've got plenty of lava. So that is where you don't want ground-based creature. Again, the path split into two. This time around, we're going to take the right path. I'll have these guys follow me. I'll just keep going straight. And this is where things get a bit interesting. I've got a couple of things that I want to try and kite to me. I'll let the Dimorphs deal with any trouble. I want to basically kite the ground creatures to me. And I want to be a bit further back just so my creatures don't end up chasing them into the lava. So that is kind of the reason why I took a step back. So I did hit something that should have aggroed most of the creatures, and I'll just let them fall into the pit of death. Wait for them to die out. Let's see if there's anything else that I can kite towards me. I'll bring the bats as well. The bats I'm not really too bothered about because they are flying creatures, as are my Dimorphs. So what I meant by that is there's less a chance for my Dimorphs to follow the, I suppose, dinos, the wild creatures in this cave, so to speak, into the pit of death. So from here on, it is on foot, and this is where the let me just have a look over here. Try and get this on passive right here, because we're going to get into trouble. We don't want the baryonyx following me, so we'll just leave the baryonyx here. I've got my otter with me. Now the otter is very useful to have, as we can put multiple artifacts into its inventory. I'm going to use a crossbow with a grappling hook to get across safely. Then put myself down here, get my shield out, because that is how I'm going to defend myself. Alright, got my shield up. And just walk with my shield forward. So the path does branch out, and let's see, that normally has dinos in it. Okay, fair enough. We got some bats, we got some scorpions that pop out of the ground, because this is what happens. Right, I want to get the attention of these dillos here. So I normally just bump into them with the shield up, let them hit me, and once they do that, they aggro the Dimorphs. Dimorphs will pretty much demolish them. Alright, come on, come on. Oh, we got a bit of luck. Oh, hello. Oh, I forgot to take this guy off follow. Oh dear. Whoops. Alright, well, we've got Cave Mistress here. Luckily, baryonyx can jump. I didn't want to chance it with the baryonyx, but I guess I don't have a choice right now. Obviously, the jump on the baryonyx isn't that great. So I guess if there's anything to learn from this is make sure that you don't just put it on passive, you put it on to stop following you. Hold on a second, I'm getting, there we go, disable following, that's what you want. Yeah, we want that to be a thing. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in the same situation as me. That's pretty cool. So the dinos in the caves can also have babies. Hey! And there's also a little box there that will have a note, if you want that. Right, let me just get rid of that bat right there. There we go. Not too worried about the dillo, it'll kill itself in the lava, that's fine. There we go. There we go. Down it goes. Cool, I'm just making sure my baryonyx is still where I left it. So the artifact is just in front of us. And to get there, we're going to use a grappling hook. Just grapple onto the wall over there. Pull yourself in. Drop down. Get your shield up if there are nasties around. And there we go. That is one artifact of the massive. Now, if you want multiples of these, you'll have to wait for it to respawn, which is where the otter comes in handy. Just basically put your otter on the ground, chuck the artifact into its inventory and then wait for the next artifact to respawn. So with that said, that is pretty much what I'm going to do here. It'll take a couple of good minutes, and so I guess I'll cut the video out here and I'll cut back in when it's time for me to exit the cave so you guys can see what happened and how I make it out. Hopefully I managed to get out with the baryonyx. That would be pretty nice, otherwise I'll have to go and breed another baryonyx for caves. But there we go, let me just show you exactly what I said before. There we go. And that is one cool feature about having an otter with you. Right, I'm happy with what I've got. It's time to get a crack-a-lackin'. So, that said, we're going to grapple onto the wall just in front of us. Reel ourselves in. There we go, make sure we're happy with where we're at. If not, be ready to grapple onto another wall just so you don't fall into the lava. It looks like I've got all my dimorphs with me. So now let's see if I'm going to make this jump. As I said, the baryonyx can do a bit of a small jump. So if you find yourself in this situation, now initially I didn't want to do this because I didn't want to risk my baryonyx, but sadly I was a bit silly and forgot to disable the following on the baryonyx, and it followed me over here. So just follow this path right here. We're going to have to jump this. As you can see right there, not a good place to be. We also have the dimorphs, which will complicate my life if I don't time this right. Now there is a creature that has tried to aggro onto me right there. Scorpions primarily. They are in the lava, just taking lava damage, so wait for that to kind of pass. I'm going to try and line myself up with the wall on my left side, as that is where the gap is the shortest. I'm going to try and get a running start as well. So let me just position here. And am I going to make it? There we go. Ooh, just about. It's a very tight jump, let's put it that way. So with getting out, oh, I've got some dimorphs over there. Can I get these guys to come? There we go. So from here on, it's just basically following the same path that we used to get down here. Basically, if it goes uphill, that's kind of where you want to go. So remember, we just took loads of lefts. So that means, yeah, we're going to go left up here as well. Alright. And from here on, it should be fairly easy to get out of the cave. Just follow the path. If it's going uphill, you're probably going in the right direction. There will be a right to make at some point. So keep that in mind. I mean, if you got to the artifact, you should pretty much be able to get back out. It's just the same thing but in reverse. There we go. As you can see, some of my dimorphs did get stuck on the walls, so now they're kind of getting reunited with the group over here. We've got this bridge right here, so be careful. Now to keep the path as straight and simple, I'm going to go up this hill right here. Although we came on the lower part, it does mean we are going to potentially encounter some bats and other stuff, but that's fine. My dimorphs can deal with it. If not, I can also use my baryonyx as well. Okay, well, this scorpion did make it to me in the end. It's not going to live too long, is it? So, so over here, the path will split into two possible directions. We're going to take the path to the right, and that should take us to the exit of the cave. I'm going to deal with these guys though. They will cause us problems. Okay, it's all clear. So I'm going to go to the right. I don't really care much for that dillo. I think I have everything with me, so that's fine. There we go. So kind of backs up what I was saying. If it looks like you're going uphill, you're probably going in the right direction. And with that said, that is pretty much it for this. This is how you get the artifact out of this cave. Hopefully you have found this video useful and informative. If you have, please don't forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button, share, comment, and subscribe. And of course, as always, until next time, stay safe, folks.